level in your business or your services. We have created this platform for you to be able to meet out and to compete effectively with other competitors, because business is all about competition. So this platform will enable you to reach out to more people. Contact us today if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, an author, a gospel singer, or a minister of the gospel, or whatever you do in our community. This platform is right for you. Contact us today for free consultation. Thank you. Good morning, viewers. This is Emmanuel Maniaholo again, once again on BTT. That is business time today. I'm glad to have you around if you're watching me. And I want to say thank you if you've been watching and you've been liking our social media pages, and some of you sending messages to make inquiry. I'm so glad. Today is a very wonderful day for me. Today is my anniversary, my 23rd anniversary to a wonderful woman, Helena Hollow. And I want to say congrats, sweetheart. I love you so much. I just want to say that to her because this program means a lot to her also. So she's been somebody that has been supporting me all this while and giving me all the courage and the urge to move ahead. And I'm coming here every day, bringing this program to you guys. Yes, today it's a very special day, special program. I received calls from the Facebook program I did sometime on Saturday, and a couple of people have said it's so encouraging. And that's why I'm coming back to you again today concerning properties. Yes, properties, real estate is called mortar. That is the most important investment we can ever make in our lifetime, and it's also a pity that so many people don't know about it, or they don't know what to do, or they don't know how to buy a property in the UK. So I'll be talking about the UK property market and also briefly talk about Nigerian property market. These two places are important to me because I'm conversant with these two locations for as being a Nigerian first and foremost, and also a British. So, and I live in UK and also visit Nigeria a couple of times and have so many network and people living in Nigeria also. So because of this, these two property locations are important for me to talk about today. And I'll start by talking about property market in the UK. In fact, today I was just making some research, and today the UK property market happened to be one of the strongest property markets in the world. Despite the recession of 2007, it has come back stronger than ever. Despite the Brexit that we are having, the market is going stronger and stronger. Why? Because UK is an island. United Kingdom is an island. In an island, we have limited land. We have limited spaces. So the property in the UK can never be enough. It can never be enough. So this has continued to drive the market to go higher and higher every year. In fact, the Forbes research says that UK is the most secure place for anyone to do business because of the regulation, the FCA regulations, and so many things. So if you want to do a business here, it is surely secured. I'm talking for those of you in the international community, those of you abroad, mostly in Nigeria or Africa. If you are watching me today, UK is a place you can do business. When we talk about business, we talk about property investment, which is one of the most surest form of investment you can ever make. Come to think about it, how do we buy properties? What kind of property should we be buying? For those of you in the UK, I'm talking to you right now, that buying a property in the UK is easy if you know how to go through the procedure. In fact, UK happens to be the easiest place to buy a property. I know back home in Africa, if you have to own a property, you must have enough income, enough resources to buy the land, then construct the building, and all the trouble that goes with it. But it's not like that in the UK. In the UK, the properties are already built, and the banks are there to loan you the money. So what do you do first? First and foremost is for you to make sure, which I know every one of us also need to have a career, we need to have a job, we need to have a business or any source of income. We must have a proven source of income. In the UK, the banks are highly regulated, so you need to have a source of income if you want to buy property, if you want to have a relationship with the bank. The bank also have a scoring system. That is a system where they score your credit rating. Your credit rating is so important in the UK. In fact, your credit rating is part of your life. If you damage or destroy your credit rating, it becomes almost impossible to have loan. Of course, there are other banks that can give you loan despite if you have a very bad credit rating. But that also affects in terms of the interest rate you'll be paying back. So, as I said, first and foremost, get a job or have a business. Have a regular source of income, a monthly regular source of income, and build your account. By doing that, the banks are going to have confidence in you. If you can build your account for a period of 6 months, 1 year, then the bank knows that your work is stable, that you are able to afford to pay rent. And remember, even when we are renting, we're also paying. So that means we are paying our rent. There's no why, whether you are renting or owning your property, you must pay. You must either pay in terms of rent or pay in form of mortgage. So now, what next you do? When you have built your credit rating, then you can approach your bank. First and foremost, approach your bank and find out how much they are capable, they are able to give to you in terms of mortgage. Of course, the system allows you, for first-time buyers, you are able to buy at the rate of 5%. That is, if 5% down payment in form of deposit, or 10% if you have enough savings, you can make up to 15-20%. So the bank gives you, for instance, a first-time buyer wanting to buy a property of about £200,000. The bank said, okay, we can offer you, looking at your income. If you are having an income of about between the range of 30 to 50,000 pounds, they will now come and multiply by 4.5% of your total income. So if you have an income of about 30,000 pounds, that is times 4.5. Whatever it gives to you is what the bank are willing to give to you. That's what they will loan to you in forms of loan. That is mortgage. Then, if that is done, the next thing you have to do is to now look at your deposit, which you have already saved over the period of 1 year or 2 years. So those savings will go in as your deposits. So when the bank offers you that, the next thing, that is mortgage in principle. There's no need looking for property. I said to a couple of my clients, we can't check for properties for you until you have gotten mortgage in principle, because those are waste of time and waste of effort for you to be looking into buying properties. Of course, you can go making researches and all that, looking at property values and locations is good. But for you to actually approach an estate agent, they want to make sure that you have what we call mortgage in principles. Once you have mortgage in principles from the bank, then the estate agents are willing to listen to you. When they listen to you, is that they will now look at properties at the range, the locations and the range in terms of affordability. So that is then they offer you, they allow you to go into viewing. So if you view the properties and you've seen what you like in the market, then you allow your bank to know you've seen a property. So then the bank will send out the valuers. They go for valuation and all that, do the structural search and all the necessary search. Of course, your lawyer is involved in all those things. You must have a solicitor also. Those are the people that are involved in you buying property. Your solicitor is representing all of your legal interests, making sure that the property, all the documentation, the structure, everything is in order. So that is the whole process. This whole process takes about 3 whole months to do. But putting 3 months to your lifetime savings or investment is totally worth it. It's worth doing it. It's worth doing. In fact, buying a property is the biggest thing you ever own in your lifetime, because 70% of your income goes into your property, either in forms of mortgage or rent. So this is why it is wiser, if you are living in the UK, especially those in my community, when I talk about the African Caribbean community, it's a time that we wake up to the reality. We can't rent. It's good to rent, as where I have rented, but after a while, you need to save up and buy your property. It might be difficult, but you have to go through that. Why do you do this? Because one day you will never be able to work again. Because if you don't have any source of income, your retirement age, your property can become your source of income. So that is what I have to say today. It's very important. We don't have enough time, but I'll just show you some properties we deal with. I run money groups, that is money properties. So money properties are going out to our community and encouraging people to own at least your first, if you're a first-time buyer, if you've never owned a home, we're encouraging you to buy a home. Some will say, I cannot afford London. Of course, so many people can afford London today because London prices have shot up over the years. So if you cannot afford London, but don't stop there. There's other places in the UK. There are great locations like Manchester, Birmingham, Sutherland, Newcastle, all this Bradford, all this Doncaster, so many places, Liverpool, these places, properties are still very much affordable. It is important. It is important to say that you go there and look at properties and be able to buy something you can afford. You can pay the mortgage over a period of time. It's your property. This property is like when you own your property, that is own a mortgage. It's like taking money from left hand pocket and putting on the right hand pocket for the future. So anytime you pay your mortgage, you are paying money into your future. So this is why it's so important that we must do these things. If you are renting, you are helping a landlord to pay his mortgage, and tomorrow that property will belong to him. He can either sell it or do something with it or reinvest. So you can begin to do that today. You are renting because you don't know. That's why I'm doing this. If you don't know how to go about it, you can come at my phone number is on the telecast. You can call on us or send us an email, and we'll begin to look at how you can get to own a property. Start to climb on the ladder. It's very, very important that you climb on the ladder. Make it a time. You say, this 2019, I must own my own home. You can start with 1 or 2, 3 bed. It doesn't matter, but you have started somewhere. So this is what I have for you today. If you are watching me today and thinking about how do I go about it? Some years ago, we were never taught. Nobody told us. We just, by the grace of God, we're able to find out how to go about it. So this is what I have for you for this segment. But I will show on the telly some of the property we have in the UK that is affordable. If you're also an investor, that is Money Group on the, if you're watching me, that is Money Group. That's our logo there. If you're watching, we have properties in a couple of locations in the UK. We have properties in Doncaster. We have properties in Liverpool. We have properties in Bolton. We got properties in Birmingham also, and in Hull. We got properties. These properties are affordable properties. Some of them are below £100,000. Some are new. They are new built and refurbished. So if you are an investor, it's an opportunity to buy one of such properties if you want to own a property. I don't know if you can just scan through so that they can. We have for investment purposes. If you want to invest, it's a great locations. You can begin to look at how you can afford to buy one of these properties. You can buy properties and rent them out, and it makes you a monthly income. If you're able to do that over a period of years, the mortgage will be paid off and the property belongs to you. In your retirement age, the property will help to pay your pension. You can use it as a form of pension. These are what I'm talking to about some clients. You can want your property as a form of pension in the future. So these are some of the properties we have in the UK that if you want to invest below £100,000, you can call on us and we'll be able to help you to go on a property ladder if you've never owned a home. But if you've owned your first property, that I think we also have the ones in Nigeria. I think we'll stop it there now. The other properties coming up are the ones from Nigeria. We'll be coming up to Nigerian properties in my next segment of this program. But today, what I've said is that if you haven't got a property in the UK, you can contact Money Properties and we'll be able to help you and see how best you can own your own property and begin to live and save for the future. It is very important we have something for the future, most especially when many of us can no longer work. At least our property can pay back to us. That's what I have to do. Let's go for the short commercial now, and I'll come back to you again. Stay tuned. I'll be back to talk about Nigerian properties. Thank you.
Money Properties UK, supporting UK residents to buy their ideal homes in Nigeria. We have properties in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, and other locations throughout Nigeria. We will support you throughout the whole process. Contact us today. We are here for you.
Yeah, welcome viewers. It's good to have you around. This is Emmanuel Hollow on Business Time. Today I'm talking about real estate. Yes, properties in the UK and in Nigeria. I've just finished the first segment of this program and I've just talked about how to buy your own property if you are living in the UK. And also if you're an investor, maybe from Nigeria other part of Africa, you can also invest into the UK market. It's such a wonderful opportunity to be able to build an equity over the years. I have a couple of clients that have built their equity over the years and they're so happy today. So now, somebody have asked, I'm a Nigerian, why must I buy a property only in the UK? Well, they say charity begins at home. Where you are is your home. It's very important. If you reside in the UK and you have family, just like me and many other African Caribbeans, it's very important that you see the UK as your home because this is where you live. And it's a bitter truth that many of us, our children will likely relocate back home. They might visit. Even our generation are finding it hard to relocate back to Africa, but we only just visit. That is why it's very important you start from here because you live here. So if you have lived here for over 10 years and you are paying a mortgage of about £1,000, which is the minimum you can see in London today, you have been paying over £120,000 for somebody. That is the landlord. You have helped the landlord to pay their mortgage for £120,000. Imagine if that has gone into your mortgage and the property has also appreciated in value. So it's very important you start from the UK. Do everything possible to own your own property in the UK. That is where you start from. Why? Because you pay rent here. If you build a property back home without having a property in the UK first, you are actually paying two locations. That means you are paying rent here, and you're also having a property you don't actually live. You don't live there. Many of us own houses in Nigeria or some other African country or the Caribbean. We only go there on holidays. So it's very important. It's a good investment opportunity also to invest in this location, but start from the UK. UK is very important. You start building your equity so that the money, your wages, your salary, your disposable income is being saved for the future. Now, if you own a property in the UK already, then you can begin, because you have disposable income, you can begin to look at Nigeria or other African country if you are from other African country, because that is your second home. Why I encourage people to have a second place called home. Why? Because I've seen that our children born in the UK or somewhere maybe in US or in other European country, they need to know that Africa is still home to them. That will help to build their confidence. Some of us have so much confidence because we know that despite the fact we live in the UK, we also have a place we call home, which is Africa. So for our children to be able to understand and be able to appreciate this part of the world, it's very important we take them home on visits. They begin to learn that Nigeria or other African country is a place also that they can see as a home. Should there be any form of issues in the future, they can decide to relocate. So how do you go about building houses in these places? We all live in a very civil society. We live in a very secure society. We live in a very clean society. If you live in the UK or in Europe or US, the societies are planned out. So many places in Nigeria as of today, in my visit, are being organized like the European, like the Western world, by building what we call estates. Estates are planned estate. They are planned out. It's a couple of property I'll be showing on the screen. You see the environment. They plan them out to be similar to what we have here, so that when you take your children home, they begin to appreciate what we call Nigeria or Lagos or Abuja or Port Harcourt. This location, they will appreciate it just the way they appreciate home. There are many other places that is not really organized. It's not that these places are good, but if you are investing now, it's good you look at the estates because the estate have more security. I always advise people security is very important if you are buying a property to live in Africa. Very, very important. Your security is very important. You cannot say, I'm going to build my house anywhere. So many people have built their houses in places now they cannot even go live there because of so many insecurity. So this is very important. This is why Money Group is there, or Money Properties were here to help you to look at locations that is good and secured for you. You can also make your own personal research if you're trying to if you want to purchase a property back in Africa. But we are here as a property consultancy company. We are here to help any UK resident that residing in the UK. We are here to support you to be able to make the best decisions in terms of locations. We are working with a couple of developers that have relocated from the UK and they are back in Nigeria. They know the system, they know the UK system. So they put things in place that will be of benefit or satisfactory to so many of us in the diaspora so that they can meet our needs. So many of them have taken time to plan out estates. In fact, I'll talk about the estate. If you can check on the screen, there's a couple of property in Lekki. Lekki is a place in Nigeria, which is Lagos State. There are lots happening there. So many things, facilities are coming there, shopping malls. It's highly secured environment, lovely properties. So if somebody wants, you can see that on the screen now. If you want to buy a property, we work with UK based developers that are developing some of these properties over there. These are quality, high developed properties in Lekki area, and they are very affordable. They are very, very affordable. You could start from 30, 40, 50 to 60 million naira. If you are converting that, that is just under, that is some are under, that is about £100,000. With £100,000, you're buying a four-bed house. And they've also they could look at how many of us can begin to. That is another development coming up in Abuja. If you can watch the screen, we are very much in touch with these guys. They are a fantastic company. They've been doing a lot. I think that property in Abuja, I'm very, very much involved with that. We talk a bit about such property. That is a project. This project is being launched in a couple of weeks' time, and it's just 10 minutes away from the National Stadium and also 15 minutes from the Central Business District in Abuja. Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. Just imagine a capital of a country, and you own a property there. So you know that it's a good investment. Abuja is a lovely place. I've been to Abuja a couple of times. In fact, I always tell people this is a place I can call home. You know, I happen to have grown up in Lagos and I love Lagos. My activities are in Lagos. But coming to Abuja, I found that Abuja is well planned. You can, in terms of movement, in terms of drive, low traffic is very light, and it's a lovely place. So many facilities and many foreigners there, companies coming up, growing up there. So Abuja is a lovely place. So this development, in fact, the developers, I've had a couple of meetings with them over the years, trying to ask them to develop things that will satisfy those of us in the UK, because we don't want we don't want six-bed, massive buildings that we cannot really utilize. So they've come up to decide to make this project for those of us in diaspora. So if you're in diaspora, you are looking to buy into Abuja, this is a fantastic project. The project, they are kickstarting the project sometime 25th of this month, that is 26th of May, and it takes about 18 months completion period. It's an estate, well secured estate. It's just by the what we call the Games Village in Abuja. The Games Village is the place where Nigeria hosted the Under 21 World Cup. It's right in the city of Abuja. It's a lovely development. If you want to know more about this development, you can contact us on Money Properties. My phone is out. Our phone is on there, or you can send us an email, and we can begin to look at how you can go about it. And they also have payment structure in terms of mortgage, so you're able to get mortgage to pay or instrumentally. So it's a great opportunity for those of us in diaspora wishing to buy a property home back home. It's good that you invest into the right location. Location is very important. Yeah, as I said, properties are good investment. There are things that you buy if in the future you want to sell up, or for any need of resources or fund, you can sell. So it's very important you buy in an area that you can also sell. That is an area that has all the facility that you think that a society should have. So this is why Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, these are big cities in Nigeria. There are also many beautiful cities in Nigeria. But for someone going back home, I will say start from these locations. So you buy a property. If you can't live there, you can rent it out. You can also give you a monthly income. Don't go build a property where you cannot rent it out. There are many people that build properties those properties are now becoming a liability because they need to spend money on a monthly basis to maintain the property they don't live in. And they cannot even rent it out because nobody's going to rent those properties because of the locations. So when you're buying a property, location is the first thing you think about. Where is the location? Always remember the cost of building is most likely the same. Its only difference is the cost of the land. That is the landed property. That is the difference. So try to buy your property in a good location. So if you want to learn more about locations in Nigeria, you can contact Money Properties, and we are willing to help you and assist you. I also have lawyers. The solicitors are from are UK based. They are UK trained, so they have a chamber in Nigeria where they can support and do everything for you to take off the stress of losing your money. So we do the due diligence. They do all the due diligence for you, all the searches and all the legal work. They are ready to do that for you to make it easier. So what am I saying today? Because business time is a very important program that I believe that every one of us should try to tune in or try to show friends, because we need to build our resources. Why? Because I believe that if we can build our resources as a community, we can use prosperity to fight crime. Most of the crime that we have in our community is based on frustration or lack. So many people are living in lack and they go into crime. So property is one of the areas of building a very strong future. So that is why I've said to show this today on on business time today. I wish I have time would have continued, but likely next week I'll be sharing more about this, and I'll be showing some other beautiful properties in our community in our database, that if you are willing to buy some of these property, we can help you and assist you. If you have further questions, call on business time today, and I'll be willing to help you. This is Emmanuel Holler on business time today. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next week. God bless you.
Have you ever been told before, no matter how hard you try, just wouldn't be enough? Have you ever been shown the door, that your service wasn't needed anymore? And life became so tough, the road ahead, it seems so long. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Hold on and be strong.